Here we go.
Ms. Heard, directing your attention to the Plaintiff's Exhibit 1263. This is a text message that you sent to Mr. Depp, correct?
That is correct.
And you sent this message to Mr. Depp the day you had your 30th birthday dinner, right?
That is correct.
And you write, quote, "Hey baby, bring up something to drink and or a joint. I'm in if you are. See you in a minute. Question mark. XX." Did I read that right?
That is correct.
I'm in if you are?
And then the next day you went to Coachella and consumed MDMA and mushrooms, right, Ms. Heard?
I did. Johnny was not there for that.
Right. Let's talk a little bit more about your 30th birthday.
So
You've
she was
testified about
enabling
this
him,
incident
yeah.
multiple times, haven't you?
That is correct.
But yesterday you told this jury that you were not called upon to provide a detailed accounting of all physical and sexual abuse by Mr. Depp until February 2020. Is that correct?
I testified that I had not been able to do so until February 2020 in outside of the context of a cold deposition.
Actually, I misspoke. February 2022, this year.
Right. Sorry, I did the same thing you did.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you did that in something called an interrogatory. Is that correct?
The interrogatory response was the first time that I could do that outside of the context of being asked certain questions in the deposition.
And you testified about your 30th birthday in this interrogatory, correct?
Sure shot. Thanks for 5 subs.
I believe
Appreciate
so,
it.
yes.
Nonetheless, you testified to a new detail about your 30th birthday for the first time in this courtroom, didn't you?
Oh, great.
No, that's incorrect.
A sexual assault, no less.
I had just not placed when that happened. I was never sure if that was the same time that he did that on the night of my birthday.
How can you not
And
be
I
sure about
maintained
that?
as well in my deposition?
You
What?
told this jury that the evening of your 30th birthday dinner, Mr. Depp, quote, grabbed you by the pubic area, end quote, pushed you down.
Johnny!
Right?
That is correct.
How would you do that?
Detail isn't in your interrogatory response, is it, Ms. Heard?
That detail is in my interrogatory response, yes.
Johnny.
Let's pull up your interrogatory response.
Nope, here we go.
If we could please bring up.
Okay. This is like, she's like annoyed because like, I'm trying to own you. Stop fucking evading.
Yes, ma'am.
Please stop evading. Just take the L. Can you please just take the L this time? No? Okay, alright, fuck. Alright, let's get the evidence. Come on. Yep, pull it up. Let's do it again. Run it back. Yeah, stop resisting. Exactly. It's like PP farming. Yeah, it's like when there's somebody pops ice block, a mage, and they're at 10% health, and there's 5 people
You can go to
around
your
them.
interrogatory responses at page 57.
Okay, here we go.
These are signed under the penalty of perjury, correct?
That is correct.
And you testified again to this jury that this was the first time you were given an opportunity to write down everything and include all your evidence, right?
That is correct.
Okay.
So let's go to page 57.
Here we go. Let's see it. I'm ready. I'm waiting. Let's find it. Oh boy. Oh boy.
At the top of page 57, Johnny and I were not in a good place. I begged him to make my birthday dinner. Do you see that?
Yeah.
That is correct.
Okay, so starting on page
We see
57,
it.
you start describing
Oh, we
your
know
birthday
it.
dinner, correct?
That is correct.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
On page 59 of your interrogatory response, you write, fourth paragraph down, Johnny grabbed me while holding me down, and I remember him asking me if I thought I was so tough. He asked me 3-4 times up close to my face, "You're so tough. Are you such a tough guy, huh? You think you're so tough. What
Yep.
are you going to do now?" I stood up at some point after getting off the ground. Do you see that?
That is correct.
And then you write after, I remember crying. I remember feeling exhausted and frustrated. And it hit me, meaning the realization of how sad it was that I was going to wake up tomorrow on my birthday without him.
That's correct.
Where in this interrogatory response, Ms. Heard, you describe Mr. Depp, quote, grabbing you by the pubic bone, pubic area, and pushing you down.
On page 64.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see it. Let's see what she said.
Where?
Page 64, 1, 2, 3 paragraphs down. Johnny
So
grabbed me
fake?
once, did
I would
this
have never
taunting thing
guessed
on the
that.
side of the bed in penthouse 3. He grabbed my vagina and held me there. Asked me if I was so tough.
You're not describing what happened after your 30th birthday?
I am. I just had not prescribed it to that date with the limited evidence I had at the time. Only in the course of looking at the evidence, preparing for this case, have I put those two pieces together. But I've always said what happened.
I love how she's smiling at her, bro.
You were
That's so
upset that
funny.
Mr. Depp was late to your 30th birthday, weren't you?
Yeah.
I was.
You knew Mr. Depp had a scheduled business meeting or a money meeting that evening, right?
No, I knew he said he did. I didn't know if he had one. Addicts lie all the time.
Oh my
So you
God.
didn't trust him?
I took it with a big grain of addict salt.
And Mr. Depp
So I guess she
texted
must
you
be
that
an
evening
addict.
to let you know he'd be late, correct?
Yes, he did text me at some point.
It was a big deal to you that Mr. Depp was late to your birthday dinner, wasn't it?
Yeah, it did matter to me.
And you were upset he was late.
I was hurt.
And when he finally did arrive, you felt, quote, invisible to him, right?
I did.
The day after your birthday dinner, you and your friends went to Coachella to celebrate your birthday. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You made a video driving to Coachella with your friends, didn't you?
That is correct.
Is this her?
I'd like to pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 1264. And for the record, Your Honor, this only has
Is this her with the
music without
dog?
any words on it.
No.
And it's a new one, so I'd like a copy of it.
Is this a dog
going to be
video?
played.
Oh no. Why she always looks to the left? It's a jury. She's trying
There
to.
is no sound other than a song.
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right, let's see it. Bro, I swear to God, if they have her holding that dog out the window, oh my God, trying to set up the jury. Yeah, she's trying to make them feel sorry for her, right? That's obviously what we're doing. Have they talked about the incident yet? No, they haven't. I'm sure they're getting to it, though. It will be very soon. It's amazing. She has, what's this here? Nothing on her face or anything after she assaulted her a previous night. Yeah, I wonder why that is. Maybe it's because it didn't happen. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I'm always kind of a, simplest answer is probably the right one kind of guy. And, it's pretty much it. Yeah, probably because it didn't happen. It's that simple. Now, sometimes things are more complicated, but a lot of times it's not. It's pretty fucking simple. The mega shit. Yeah, exactly. Who's actually winning this case? Johnny, right? I think a lot of people are winning this case. A lot of people that are fucking tired of seeing the shit. Seeing this horse shit. So, yeah. What incident? So, you'll find out.
Any objection?
It was the poop
No,
incident.
Your Honor.
All
I
right.
have
If we could please publish this to the jury.
I love how she
with
preemptively
the
asks.
sound.
That's great. Okay, here we go. All right. That's fine. Okay.
This is a video you made when you drove to Coachella with your friends for your 30th birthday, right?
Cool.
That's correct. I'm not quite sure which one of us made the video, but that's correct.
You're featured in that video, driving.
That's correct.
That would seem that way.
And it's set to the song Miss You by the Rolling Stones. Is that right?
That's correct.
That was a message for Mr. Depp, wasn't it?
No, that's ridiculous.
You consumed drugs at Coachella, didn't you?
Yes, I did.
Who doesn't?
You took MDMA and mushrooms at the same time.
I did, yes.
That's
And it
what you
made
do.
Feel sick, right?
I felt horrible, yes.
When in
So you
Rome.
left Coachella.
Yes, that's correct.
You testified yesterday that when you left Coachella, you left with, quote, your entire group.
That is correct.
And you were, quote, never alone with Starling, right?
That is correct.
You weren't anywhere near him.
Not alone, no.
You sat here when Starling Jenkins testified that he collected you from Coachella when you were sick, right?
He picked up my entire group.
And Mr. Jenkins testified, quote, I collected her, got her in the vehicle. She didn't want anyone else to know that she was sick. Take her back to the Parker, which I assume was in reference to the
Collected
hotel.
her?
alone.
Like a Pokemon
I took her to
card?
7-Eleven where I retrieved hydrating fluids, Advil, and let her have those. Got her back up to the Parker, got her in the suite, and then went back to pick up everyone else. You were there when Mr. Jenkins testified, right?
Yes, he was wrong.
So it's your testimony that Mr. Jenkins is lying.
He's just wrong. I don't know what his intentions are. He was
Why
just
would
wrong
he
about
lie?
that. We were a big group of us. I wasn't alone with
Is
him.
Johnny paying him off too?
Possible that you don't remember correctly because you were sick from taking MDMA and mushrooms at the
No.
same time?
I remember everything about that night.
Of course.
I'd like to play for you Plaintiff's Exhibit
Of course. How could you forget something?
1229, which is already in evidence, at 1720 through
Duh.
2128.
Yeah, duh, of course. Okay. Here we go. Let's hear it.
So then why did you say stop the proceeding? If you don't surrender.
Temporary restraints.
You're right. You wanted to work.
Nobody's telling me.
Okay, no, you told me.
We're on the road.
You told me what you wanted. You wanted to work. So that's what I came to figure
You're
out.
not going to call your lawyers and say, stop the process. I don't want to do this. You're not going to do that.
And now if, especially if you
Okay, I don't want to divorce.
You don't? How, which one? Which one?
I don't want a divorce. I never wanted a fucking divorce. I never wanted a divorce. I didn't want you to fucking go to Coachella without fucking talking to me. Because I left you because you were fucking... You fucking haymakered me, man. You came around the bed and fucking start punching on me. Why?
Haymaker?
That's what really happened the evening of your 30th birthday, isn't it, Miss Heard?
No,
Miss-
that's incorrect.
Mr. Depp was in bed, and then you came around the bed and started punching him.
That's incorrect.
You don't deny that in the recording, do you, Miss Heard?
I'm not having that conversation with Johnny.
What?
I'm not denying anything. I'm not saying anything. I'm not having that conversation with Johnny. I was trying to get out of that hotel room. That was a mediation attempt. That was the recording you just heard. It was us meeting in a hotel.
Oh my God.
You're talking about your 30th birthday.
No, we're not.
You're not talking about going to Coachella and...
Johnny's talking about that. I am not arguing with him about any of that.
What?
You don't deny anything, do you?
I'm not talking to him about that.
You don't deny anything.
To,
It's so obvious.
Publish exhibit or ask that
Are
the
you
witness
fucking
be shown
stupid?
Exhibit 1265.
Is she deaf? No, she's not deaf. She's just gonna say, like, listen, this is what people like this do. They just gaslight you and they'll lie right to your fucking face and tell you that you're crazy for even thinking the opposite.
This is you and your friends
It's
at
nuts.
Coachella, correct?
That is correct.
Because they're
Move
nuts.
to admit plaintiff's 1265 and publish it.
No objection.
All right.
Yeah, it's what makes sense.
1265 in evidence. You can publish it.
That's what dumb people do. Well,
There's no injuries to you, are there, Miss Heard?
What's the
Visible
difference?
in this picture.
You cannot see any visible injury, no.
Thank you, Tom.
all right, let's see it.
Miss Heard, you remember during Mr. Depp's examination, a number of recordings were played, correct?
That's correct.
And in one of those recordings, you told Mr. Depp, quote, I hope to God Jack's stepfather teaches him more about being a man than your fucking left nut, end quote. Do you remember that?
I do not remember what exactly I could
Let's
hear
play
of that
it.
recording. I remember I heard
Let's play
myself
it.
make a mention of Jack's new stepfather or potential stepfather. I can't recall.
Jack is Mr. Depp's son, right?
That is correct. And I believe I was referencing a marriage that his ex-partner was going to have or getting into, I suppose.
That's nasty to say.
You were referencing that Jack's new stepfather would teach him how to be a man because Mr. Depp couldn't.
I
right?
don't recall exactly what I said, but it was something to that effect.
Let's listen to some of what happened before you said that to Mr. Depp. If we could please play Plaintiff's Exhibit 397, which is already in evidence.
Oh,
and for the record, it's at
shit.
3504
Yep.
through 3547.
Here we go.
And then the next clip is 3635 through 4308.
Oh my god. This is just like, it's...
Fucking suck your own dick.
Everything's fine until it doesn't go your way. And when it doesn't go your way, I'm in trouble. And you know what?
Suck.
I don't need you. I don't want your kind of woman. I don't want your kind of woman.
Suck my dick.
I don't want your kind of
Suck
woman.
my dick.
I
Say, just
might have. Suck my dick with you.
Suck your own dick?
mistake. I wish I had fucking hadn't.
Oh, yeah.
I wish I fucking hadn't. I wish I fucking hadn't bought into any of your fucking lies, your bullshit, your sober fucking presence, your fucking goodness, your sweetness, all the lies. I wish I hadn't bought into the months of you being you. I wish I hadn't bought into the promises. I wish I hadn't fucking thought I could have kids with you. You're a fucking kid yourself. I wish I hadn't bought into any of the lies you sold. Talk about fake bill of goods. You're
have
the
some
biggest
fat baby with fucking producer
you're
and
the
do shit.
biggest fucking seller of fake fucking bill of goods. Talk about presenting yourself as
I
something
did
you're
myself
not.
as a fake
Suck my
seller
dick.
of goods.
Suck my
I
dick.
fucking you've left nothing and I've left
Suck my
everything.
dick.
So suck
Suck
your
my
dick.
Yeah.
Which is probably your next move because it's what you
Suck
fucking need. No, I don't want to suck your dick. I don't want nothing to do with your
Oh,
fucking
because I
midsection.
need something. You want.
Well, go get it, man.
Because I need something.
Oh my god.
Fucking fuck yourself.
I
No shit, I don't. Suck your dick.
don't want to.
It's gonna be on me, yeah.
I don't
want to.
Actually, I mean,
It kind of is. What are you talking about?
I don't want
that's not.
Oh, is it? What is it?
No, I'm sure Rochelle's available. Call her up. I'm sure she's available.
Maybe she is.
I'm sure she is.
We'll see.
I'm sure she is.
I'll let you know.
Oh, I'm sure she is. I'm sure her for her yoga blog.
It's psycho.
It's too much to take.
No, I'm sure she's.
That fake laugh is so disgusting.
I'm sure she's great. I'm sure she's great.
I'm thinking that you can give me some
No.
of the best performances in the
No,
world.
no,
Fucking
you're
trash.
right. I don't. It's all about performance.
How am I? I don't regret. I don't regret.
Oh, what else?
I
What
don't
else that you do? Oh, come on.
don't regret.
Steve,
I
come
don't
on.
regret.
Lay it on me. What else? What else other things do you want to add?
Can't talk to
You
you
fucking
sound
lying piece of shit.
positive.
What? Oh,
Sorry,
no, I
good
want
show.
to know.
Yeah,
I want to know.
Get out of your Uber
I'm
drive.
kind of waiting. You go get it.
She's a demon.
Wait, is there no other place for you to run in your 15 other houses to go run? Come on, go be a real married man and go deal with your shit the way that a man does. Go run to the next house.
I wish I'd known.
Every man does.
Yeah,
Go.
Go on.
Run away. I know it's
With
hard to
your
look at yourself.
fucking ridiculous
I know.
plan.
It's
Your
hard.
panicked fucking plan.
It's hard. It's hard.
Screwing everybody else
Poor
over to
thing.
get
You're
your
right.
fucking.
I tried.
get what
That's
you
what I
want.
do.
You're the most spoiled fucking brat. And you've got everybody out here almost full, but it
you're
don't
right.
last long.
You're right.
I've
I'm
been here a
sorry.
lot longer
You're
than
right.
It didn't.
You gotta figure it out.
You don't have. Figure out what you have to offer as opposed to going out and get your tits out.
You're right. That's what I do.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
London Field is excellent.
You're right. You're right.
Excellent choice.
He called it.
That. Well, I wonder what we else. I wonder what else we can reach for in the last 60 minutes. Oh no, it was 4 years ago. You're right. I'm sure there's other things you can.
Go loud.
No, I'm not not laughing.
Or, no, matter of fact,
I'm
laugh
not
here.
laughing. I'm not. It's
Oh.
serious. I'm sure you can find other things.
I know. And stripping. Well, there's always that. You can
You're
always
right.
go back
You can
to
write
that.
a book.
For
You can
another-
write a
for
book.
another
I
10
know you
minutes.
can write a book. Oh, is this gonna be good for your book? Oh, should I have you sign an NDA for your book?
You don't even.
Your book.
No,
Is this
no.
gonna be good for your book?
You won't even
Is
make
this
it
gonna be
a
good for your book?
She is a demon.
I'll write what I want. I'll write
I have a
what
good
I want.
idea.
Oh my God.
Somewhere of your journals. You're not a sellout or anything. Let's sell you journals. Oh, wait.
Hey.
Hey, you know, no,
Yeah,
you're not
you
what?
wanna sell out.
No, you're not
You
selling
don't want to
out.
sell out
No,
Magic Mike.
no.
She's a
You wanna
Yeah,
sell out.
no one does.
Get a priest.
21 drunk straight when they're in their 20s. No, you're right. That's not selling out. No. When you're in your
Get the
20s,
priest.
you should really know what you want. Like
By the
selling
way-
your journals.
By the way, if you didn't know who the fuck I was.
You're right. Go sell your journals like a real non-sellout. 55-year-old. Or, I'm sorry,
6.
52, 51. I don't know. It doesn't matter at this point.
No,
I don't think
it
so.
really doesn't.
I don't really think so. But you're right. I mean, hey, at least I didn't do like a TV show where I was heartbroken in my 20s. God, that would be like embarrassing.
Wow.
If only I was with someone in their 50s that could point that out to me. Imagine, Mike, you're right. When you play a non-sexualized
Thinks that shit is funny.
Yeah.
Wow, you're right. You got me. You got me all figured out.
You don't even know what movies I've done.
If only I could
You
be
haven't
like
even taken an interest.
If only I could be
You know,
like
but I had to
you. If
watch
only
your
I
fucking-
could be like
I had to watch your fucking direct and you trying to like
You're a joke.
spew
You're
out
a
these fucking
joke.
lines.
You're a joke. You're a joke.
Yeah, I'm the joke in the industry, Amber. I'm the joke. I'm the joke in the
I'm
industry.
sorry. I can't really hear you. I'm sorry. The reruns of all my bullshit are playing too loud for me to hear you. I'm gonna just go and pedal my way back. Sorry. I can't hear you.
Aquaman.
Oh, 21, whatever.
I was
Remember anymore.
I was
No one
20.
cares.
Oh my God.
Washed up piece of
Oh,
shit.
what?
Washed up piece of shit.
I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
Your
Oh, what? I can't hear you.
Here we go.
jealousy's so tragic.
I'm sorry.
Your jealousy's so tragic.
Aw.
Fucking like
I can't hear you.
thinking that I'm going on a road with a
Turn on
band.
my aid. I can't hear you.
You told Mr. Depp to suck your dick multiple times, didn't you?
What a demon.
Yes, I did.
You tell him to go run to his 15 other houses, right?
That's correct.
Because that's what he would do when you behave like this, isn't it?
Eventually, he would go and stay in one of the other houses.
I bet.
You call him a sellout, don't you?
I was expressing frustration.
Yeah, I
about
bet.
His criticism of my career and how many problems that caused within the dynamic of our relationship, yes.
So you call him a sellout and a joke?
I called him horrible, ugly things, as you can hear.
We can see that.
Sellout.
We spoke to each other in a really horrible way.
We spoke
Pretty
to each
sure
other.
we just heard you speak to him in
Yeah.
a really horrible way. You
Yeah.
called him a sellout,
I just
right, Miss
disagree.
Heard? You called him a sellout, right, Miss Heard?
I called him a lot of ugly things.
And a joke.
I called him a lot of ugly things.
You called him a joke on that recording.
Yeah.
You called him a washed-up piece of shit.
I think we both called each other that on that occasion, yes.
You're not
Mr.
old
Depp
enough to be
mentions
washed up.
Aquaman, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
Mr. Depp got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
Excuse me?
Mr. Depp got you that role in Aquaman, didn't he?
No, Miss Vasquez, I got myself that role by auditioning. That's
Mr.
how that
Depp
works.
says, quote, "Your jealousy is so tragic."
It sure is.
I heard him say that, yes.
You were the jealous one in this relationship, weren't you, Miss Heard?
I think he
Absolutely.
was indicating I was jealous of his career.
But now you've twisted it to say it was Mr. Depp that's the jealous one.
Johnny's always been very jealous when I worked, when I did anything, friends. Yes,
course.
he's always been very jealous.
Johnny's such an asshole.
Sir, I'm going to ask you to take a look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 120E.
Jesus, man. Like, listening to her talk is just
This is a series of text messages between you and Mr.
Wow.
Depp.
That is correct.
Yeah, Johnny's out of control, isn't he?
And publish these text messages. Mr. Depp's messages have been redacted.
All right, any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right.
That's just
120
she's
evidence, you can
what a
publish.
fiend, man. An absolute fucking fiend. She's mad about her ego
Starts
getting
with a
fucked.
text message from you to Mr. Depp on September 26, 2015, right?
That is correct.
And you write, "Monster is back. This is him." Did I read that right?
That is correct.
And then in the next message, you write, quote, "Ran away, first sign of trouble. This is not the man you promised you would be." Did I read that correctly?
That is correct.
Then in the next one down, you write, "Promised, swore to me you would be."
That is
Right.
correct. The non-monster.
Uh-huh.
Ms. Heard, you're talking about Mr. Depp running away from you at the first sign of trouble, aren't you?
No, I'm recognizing the clues at this point when he would run away at the first sign of trouble. Often that was a clue for me to know that he was back using again and that we were about to enter the next phase of the cycle.
Maybe you shouldn't have given him
You
the trouble.
describe his running away from you as the monster, right?
That wasn't what was a monster. The monster was the man who beat me up. The running away was just attached to that. It was a sign, a signal to me, as a clue, as somebody trying to put together clues that we were entering into that phase.
But in these messages,
It's
Ms.
phase
Heard,
2, guys.
the
Exactly.
monster isn't Mr. Depp doing drugs, is it?
It was always the man who did drugs and beat me up. Yes, that's always been the monster.
That's not what you're saying in these messages.
That is exactly what I'm saying in the messages.
You don't describe Mr. Depp being violent, do you?
I do not describe that in this text message, no.
So it's a cowardly monster this time.
No.
No. How
Going
interesting.
down the page, you write a long series of text messages to Mr. Depp that don't get a response. Is that correct?
That is correct.
You write, "Come grown, face the shit, and we can do anything."
Face what shit?
You go on a little later to say, "Please come home. Let's apologize to each together."
Okay. Apologize
Continuing on page 77, you
together.
write, "Not go to bed mad." And then you say, "Sound okay? Sound like the priority in the long run?
Yeah. Damn stupid
Come
things.
home. Don't be the monster. Be the man. Please.
That's so toxic.
Please call me. Please." Continuing on page 78,
Unironic toxic masculinity.
you write,
What the
"I don't
fuck?
want the monster. I need my man. I need to talk to you. Please, Johnny. Don't force me to be something else to you. This is taking me for granted and I can never stop before this turns into something far darker." Describing yourself in that text message, right?
The
Obviously.
exact opposite. I'm trying to interrupt him starting a new cycle where he starts using again. I'm
He's not
trying
responding to
desperately
you, Ms. Heard.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to desperately stop him.
Please answer
Not
the
even
phone, you say.
responding.
Doesn't this mean anything to you? And it goes on. And I won't read all these messages, but you're saying, "Please answer," over and over again. Right?
It was very important to me. I was running out of time and I was trying desperately to stop him.
Yeah.
He wasn't with you, Ms. Heard.
Exactly, which is how I knew it was about to get a lot worse.
Of course.
He would leave, use, and come back way worse, with way less reality, with more delusions. He'd be more drunk. He'd be
I'm going to
more
move to
under the
strike
influence.
everything after
I was trying to stop
the
that.
answer to her question.
Your Honor, she was responding.
I'll overrule the objection. That's fine.
Thank you, Your Honor.
This is a situation where you were trying to get Mr. Depp to pay attention to you. Isn't that right?
No, I was trying to stop him from using.
And because he ran away from you at the first sign of trouble, you call him a monster.
I was
right?
trying to stop him from turning into the monster. The drugs are the key that opened the
Who
door.
was the real monster in this relationship, Ms. Heard?
Lives in Johnny, half of Johnny. It's not all of Johnny. The other half of him is wonderful and beautiful and the man I love.
I'd like you to take a look at Plaintiff's Exhibit 120.
Bro, she nuts, man. Oh my god. She's nuts. She said I love, not used to love?
There's another set of
Because
text
she's
messages
crazy.
between you and Mr. Depp. Is
Like-
that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
She's crazy.
I'm going to move to
What do you
admit and
expect?
publish.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right, 120F in evidence. You can publish.
Yeah, what do you think?
This is a set of text messages, and it's from October 2015. Do you see that?
Yes, I do.
In fact, you sent all these messages to Mr. Depp on October 22nd, 2015. Isn't that right?
That's true. Yeah, I guess
And
you did.
again, I'm not going to read them all, but you start off again by trying to get Mr. Depp's attention, right? You write, "Please come home."
I was trying to stop another bender.
You write, "Please come home," right?
Of
That is
course.
Please answer. Don't break us up. Please answer. Please.
Please
And
respond.
continuing on page 97, you write, "Give me some piece of your heart. Please, no fight, I promise. Please, no fights. Please, just pick up. Please give me 2 minutes. I'm dying. Please." And continuing on page 98, you write, "Please come home. Please come home, Baba. I am so sorry." Actually, you didn't say Baba, you said baby. Apologies. And it goes on. Did I read those correctly?
That is correct. That was another time I'm trying to stop another twist off.
He
This is what would
responded.
happen when Mr. Depp would try to take some space from you, right?
No, this is what would happen when Johnny had moved into the next phase of the cycle, decided to use,
No,
and our
Ms.
lives
Hurd.
were getting a lot worse at that
Ms.
point.
Hurd, I'm talking about your actions. This is what you would do to Mr. Depp when he would leave you. You would harangue him.
I would try
Isn't that
to-
correct? You
I
would
would try-
harangue him.
Harangue.
Your Honor, at least let her answer the question. Interrupt you.
That's fine. Go ahead and answer the question.
I do not think I would characterize my behavior that way. I was trying to stop him from using.
You were texting him incessantly. Isn't that correct, Ms. Hurd?
It was
Yeah.
imperative for my life.
Ms.
It was
Hurd,
very
my
important.
question
For her
is
life.
much more simple. You were texting him incessantly.
I would
Yes
try
or no?
everything to
Ms.
get a hold
Hurd?
of him and
So
to
that's a
stop the
yes.
cycle.
So that's a yes.
That's a yes, right?
I would try everything to stop the cycle. It was that important
I bet.
to me.
And he's the monster for not responding to you,
That's not what made him the monster.
for
No.
needing space from you.
I wonder why he didn't want to
The monster
respond.
was not the guy who needed space.
Uh-huh.
The
Not
monster
for
was
doing
who he
drugs.
was when he came back.
Not for
Oh.
doing drugs, Ms. Hurd. Not for being violent. Just for needing space.
Uh-huh.
That's when you called Mr. Depp the monster.
That's what's so bad.
Let's listen to Defendant's Exhibit 598C, which is already in evidence.
Imagine needing space. Let's see
do
it.
this anymore because I'm really getting frustrated, and I'm really, really, really sick of this argument.
Stop, I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me go, and you go, and I'll speak to you in a couple hours. Okay? Okay?
Stop. Okay.
Why are you saying stop? May I go?
Please, it causes me so much stress when you leave, when you walk away from me with that. It's like you don't understand how much worse you're making this.
I can't believe this.
Please, you're making it worse for me.
Okay, I'm sorry for you.
Please, I'm only trying to tell you so that you know you're causing me immense stress right now when you walk away like that.
Johnny.
There's no reason to be mad.
Well, then say goodbye. I haven't walked away. You're not saying goodbye. You won't let me fucking leave. Let me leave.
Stop rushing me! Stop pushing me in the corner and then poking me with a stick and then saying, why are you saying the words you want me to say? Stop poking me! Stop rushing me! Stop throwing me against the wall and going, what? You don't like that wall? You don't like the fucking wall? Stop pushing me!
This is a metaphor.
I'm not pushing you. I'm rushing you. I said, I need space. I don't want this conversation anymore right now. I need space. And I will take my space. Whether you like it or not, I will take it. And you will take your space.
Damn.
But if you keep halting
I'm not doing anything
this
to you.
and continuing
I'm
with
not
the rhetoric,
continuing it. I'm begging you to stop.
I don't... Okay, stop. I'm stopped. Stopped. Now I have to go. Okay? So we will speak to each other in a couple...
It's hard to deal with that shit, man. I don't know. I guess the audio cut out. I don't really know what the fuck happened.
But we'll just see when I get home. We'll just talk,
The
or
fuck?
we won't talk, or we'll finish this, or we won't finish it. But this is not, bro. This is not happiness. This is not. This is.
Please stop doing this. Please, you're causing me so much fucking stress. I'm gonna die at this age. I'm gonna fucking die. You're causing me so much stress. Please stop.
You're gonna die?
I feel like I have heart attacks almost every day. Please stop.
The
Please
fuck?
stop
Why?
doing it. Please stop. He's so fucking mean.
Why
You're
are
a
you
fucking
with me?
bully. Stop. Please stop. I've been begging you not to fight. I just said, can we please have a normal argument? Just even a normal conversation, fucking normal argument. And for the last hour, I've been begging you to please just leave it at that. Let's just go on with our night. I would have been able to come in with you. We would have been able to let it go in a few minutes. It would have been fine. If we allowed ourselves to have fucking normal arguments.
It's just...
Please, you're killing
Jesus.
me with this. You're killing me. You're fucking killing me.
Oh my god, bro.
Sean, could you, please, I want you to just go. I want you to take your medicine or whatever. I'm sorry that I've upset you.
Yeah, I
this
think.
much.
Thank you, Sean. I'm ready to go. Thank you so much.
really
No
really
emotion.
ready.
He's like, come on. Go take your meds.
You and Mr. Depp in the recording, correct, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
You
Holy
just won't let him go,
fuck.
will you?
That's not true.
Take your
We were
medicine or
outside of
whatever,
his
yeah.
studio, and he wanted to go and use. It was a pretext. The claim that he was upset with me was a pretext so that he would go on a bender.
Oh.
I knew that pattern by the time this recording happened.
What? I can't believe it.
Is this your testimony now that you were outside Mr. Depp's studio
I believe that
and
that
he was going to go
recording was.
use?
Excuse me.
He was going to go use drugs? That's your testimony now?
We were outside his studio, his man cave house, if you will, in the car. I believe during that recording.
Smart guy.
And he was going to go inside and use.
That was the pattern, and as you can hear from my voice, I'm very, very, very scared of entering into the next cycle.
Yeah.
Under what I had been conditioned to understand we were at that point in our relationship.
That's not true, is it, Miss Heard? Mr. Depp was trying to go inside his house to see his daughter, Lily Rose.
She might have been over that day, but that's
Your
not what he was
testimony
getting out of
now?
the car to do, and that's not what I was stopping him from doing.
Let's play the beginning part of that recording where Mr. Depp tells you that he wants to go inside to see his daughter.
Oh. Oh God. Oh no. Oh no. They just got
And
her.
let's not do this anymore because I'm really getting frustrated, and I'm really, really, really sick of this argument.
I'm sorry.
Okay, so let me go, and you go, and I'll speak to you in a couple hours. Okay? Okay?
Stop. Okay.
Why are you saying stop? May
he's
I
so-
go?
Uh-huh. Here we go. Yep, let's go.
We'll circle back to this, but it's your testimony that you were outside Mr. Depp's studio.
We were in the car.
You were in the car outside of Mr. Depp's studio,
That's correct.
and he wasn't telling
It's the wrong
you,
audio.
please let me go inside
Yeah,
my
they had the
house
wrong part.
to see my daughter. He was indicating to you that he wanted to go inside to do drugs. That's your testimony.
Yep, they had the
my
wrong
testimony
audio.
is that I knew what he was going inside to go do. I knew what stage of the cycle we were in. I knew the patterns by then, and I was desperately out of time trying to interrupt that cycle.
Let's go to May of 2016. Yesterday, Ms. Heard, Ms. Bredehoff, your attorney, showed you certain pictures from May 21, 2016. Do you remember that?
Yes, I do.
If we could please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 710, which has already been admitted into evidence.
All right, let's see it.
Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday that this is a photograph taken of you on May 21st, 2016.
That's after
Do
he
you
beat
recall?
the shit out of her.
Yes, that's correct.
Keeping this exhibit up, if we could please do a split screen, Tom, and also pull up Defendant's Exhibit 714, which has already been admitted with redactions.
Bro. She got
Ms. Heard, you testified
destroyed.
yesterday that this is a photograph that was also taken on May 21st, 2016, correct?
Yes, although the one to the right might have been taken the next day. I can't be sure. The reason I say that is because there's light in the background. So it looks like it was taken in the daytime, which means maybe it was the next day.
Didn't you testify that you took different lighting, pictures in different lightings
Yes,
on
she
May
did.
21?
Yes,
That is
you
correct,
did.
yes.
And you're wearing two thin necklaces in this picture on the right. Is that correct?
Yes,
That is
you
correct.
did.
You testified that these pictures were taken the same night.
The one on the right looks like it was taken in the daytime because I can see the daylight behind me.
But you testified that they were taken the same day.
I don't know if I think I testified that they came from the same incident of the same day, not necessarily taken on the same day.
Okay. Let's please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 712,
Oh, God.
which has already been admitted.
Here we go.
You testified yesterday. This is another photograph of you on the night of May 21.
That's correct.
And keeping this exhibit up, can we please do a split screen and also pull up Defendant 713, which has already been admitted? Ms. Heard, you testified yesterday. This is also a photograph of you from the same night, correct?
That is correct.
You testified yesterday that the only difference between these two photographs is that the light was turned on.
That's what it appears to be, yes.
It seems that
The
way.
light is on both of these pictures, though. Isn't that right?
It looks to me like the one on the left has the vanity light, the makeup lights, you know, the more yellow hued ones that go around the mirror on, and then the one on the right looks like it doesn't have those.
Isn't it true you just edited these photographs?
No, I've never edited a photograph.
Didn't you just enhance the saturation for one of these photos to make your face look more red?
No, that's incorrect. I didn't touch it.
You were sitting here in this courtroom when Mr. Isaac Baruch testified to seeing you the week after May 21, 2016, correct?
I was here.
Mr. Baruch testified that he saw you
Yes,
on May
she did.
22nd while you were changing the locks of your penthouse. Do
Yes,
you recall
she
that
fucking
testimony?
did.
I do. I just don't know if he was right about the date, but I do remember him saying that.
Oh, my
Testified It
God.
was his birthday, the day after his birthday.
Yeah.
I believe it was.
Mr. Baruch testified that he saw you repeatedly in the days following also, correct?
That's correct.
And Mr. Baruch testified that he saw no marks or injuries on your face, correct?
That is what he's testified to.
You were also here in this court when Mr. Sean Bett testified to seeing you on the evening of May 21, 2016. Is that right? You were here.
That's correct.
Bro, that's the
Mr.
same
Bett also
exact picture.
testified that he saw no marks
same
or injuries
exact
on your
one. It's
face
the
that evening, correct?
I realize that's what he said.
You were sitting here in this courtroom when Officer Melissa Sines testified by deposition about being called to the Eastern Columbia building on May 21st, 2016, right?
I saw her testimony, yes.
And you heard Officer Sines testify that she did not see any injuries on you that night, correct?
I heard her testify she did not consider this injured.
No. Miss Officer Sines testified that she met with you and she did not see any injuries on your face.
We saw
Isn't
that.
that correct?
She did not consider this injury.
Ms. Heard,
We're
my
gonna-
question is a bit more nuanced.
We're going to do it again.
So is my answer.
All right.
There we go. All right. That was the police officer woman who was there with the mask on. Yeah, it's a bit more nuanced. Yeah, exactly. This is just like they're going to just trying to change somebody else's testimony. Exactly. Yeah, she's trying. She really is trying. Bro, that's the same picture. They should layer the picture. It's the exact... You can see the hair. There's no way someone's hair is going to be the exact same. Like, whenever they go on lunch break, we're going to look at it exactly, okay? Yeah, it is literally the exact same picture. The same question. Oh, so is the answer? Yeah, exactly. Like, well, she's not. The thing is, like, the way that she's doing this, like Amber Heard, is she's trying to answer the question by reframing it in a way that paints somebody else as being wrong. You see what I'm saying? Like, she's trying to reframe it so that the other person is actually the person who was wrong or didn't understand rather than her. Because one thing I've learned throughout this trial is that literally every single other person that is involved in this case, even down to her family members, they're all lying. The police officers are lying. The pictures are photoshopped. And you're right, Amber, they were photoshopped. But that was yours that were photoshopped. That's a little bit of projection now, isn't it? Isn't that interesting? Wow. Look at that. And so then on top of that, her own lawyers are arguing? Well, yeah, because they're like...
Tom, can we put these down, please? I think they might be confusing the witness. My question is more nuanced. You sat in this courtroom while Officer Sines testified that she saw you the night of May 21, 2016,
We saw
face
this.
to face, and didn't see any injuries on your face. Isn't that correct, Ms. Heard?
I believe she was testifying about these photographs.
That's
and
what
she
she
said.
said.
That I was not injured in them.
That's what she said.
Is it your testimony under oath now that Officer Sines testified that she saw injuries on you when she saw you in person on May 21?
Sorry, let me clarify. I was testifying that I know that that's what Officer Sines said, that she didn't consider my red puffy
Yep.
face injured. That's what she said.
The red, puffy face, that was your counsel's question, correct?
That was
She
her
said-
testimony in the UK.
That's incorrect, and you know that, Ms. Heard.
Oh,
I disagree.
It's just inconvenient for you that Officer Sines didn't see injuries on you on May 21,
it is very
2016.
convenient.
It
Isn't
doesn't
that
matter
right?
what's convenient for me.
Right. Officer Tyler Haddon also testified by deposition about being called to the Eastern Columbia building on May 21, 2016.
Yeah.
and
She disagrees.
He also testified
Yeah.
no injuries on your face on May 21, 2016. Isn't that correct?
They both said that they did not consider me injured.
They did not see injuries on your face on May 21, 2016. Isn't that what their testimony was?
What their testimony was is that they did not consider what my face looked like to be injury. They didn't consider what they walked on in the house damage it was.
You were sitting here when Officer William Gatlin testified by deposition about being called on
They
May
were
21 to the
lying.
Eastern Columbia
She's
building,
trying
and he
so
also
hard.
Did not observe any injuries
She's
on you, did he?
trying.
And that's what he testified to.
He didn't even know which one I was.
No, I think we all saw on video camera you identify yourself. Isn't that correct?
I had to because of how far away he was. He didn't even know who he was
But
there
after
to
you
see.
identified yourself, he looked at you. Isn't that correct?
From a distance, yes.
He did.
And he didn't see any visible injuries either, did he?
I don't know what he saw.
He testified that he didn't see any visible injuries.
Well, now
I
we
would
know.
believe that he didn't, yes.
You were also in this courtroom when Alejandro Romero, who worked at the front desk at the Eastern Columbia building, testified about seeing you on May 25th, 2016. Isn't that correct?
Oh, man.
That is correct. I think he said the 25th.
Yeah. And Mr. Romero testified that he didn't see any swelling or bruises on your face when you were talking to him at the front desk.
He wouldn't have.
No, he wouldn't have, even though he had a habit, because his parents taught him correctly, to look into someone's eyes when speaking to them. Isn't that correct?
I know that's what he testified to, yes.
Was that the guy?
You testified yesterday that you sought a temporary restraining order on May 27th, 2016 because
Yes.
you wanted to change your locks. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, I do.
Those locks were to the penthouses at the Eastern Columbia building. Isn't that correct?
That's correct.
But you changed the locks to the penthouses on May 22nd, 2016.
I attempted to.
That's why you felt comfortable having James Franco over the evening of May 22nd, 2016, Ms. Heard?
I do not know when James came over.
It's just so many
Let's remind
times.
you. Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 304, which is already in evidence, and play
Uh-oh.
from 254 through 439?
She doesn't know? Like, this is just like, guys. Oh, no. Not the security camera. Not the fuck. Oh, no. No. All right. Here we go. Yeah, let's see it. Let's see it. And there we go. And then what? I wonder if she's gonna come back with James Franco. Guys, I think that's what might happen. Are you telling me they photoshopped James Franco in this video? Well, who's that? No, who's that guy? The camera is lying. It's a body double for James Franco. To be fair, I can't really tell it's him, but it's probably him. Yep, there it is. Let's watch the entire thing. Oh, look at that. Leaning on each other. Oh, that's so adorable. Aww. Oh, look at that. Wow.
That's you and Mr. Franco on May 22nd, 2016, right, Ms. Heard?
That's correct.
And you're taking him up to the penthouses, aren't you?
That's where I lived, yes.
And it's past 11 p.m. at night, isn't that right?
I'm not quite sure of the time it looked like that.
Why don't we pull that video back up?
Let's look at it again. Let's make sure what the time is so everybody knows. Oh, I don't remember. It was the guy. He was just a guy delivering pizzas.
22:51.
That would be
Almost midnight, right?
That's
Or excuse me, almost 11
10:51.
o'clock at night.
exactly.
You knew Mr. Depp was out of town the week of May 21, 2016, didn't you?
I don't know what I knew of his schedule at the time.
You knew Mr. Depp was out of town on May 27th when you went to get the domestic violence restraining order, isn't that right?
I don't know if I knew that at the time.
You knew Mr. Depp was heading out on a European tour that week, isn't that right?
I'm not quite sure what I understood of his schedule at that time.
You knew he wouldn't be back for weeks, right?
No, that's incorrect.
Let's go back to that recording.
Okay, here we go.
It's Defendant's Exhibit 598. You testified that you and Mr. Depp were in the car outside of his studio. Is that right?
Yes.
You were trying to prevent him from going into his studio to do drugs, right?
Of course.
Yeah, to effectively start another cycle.
Yeah.
Not that Mr. Depp was just trying to go into his house to see his daughter, right?
His daughter might be one of the people that was in the house at that time, but that's
Okay,
neither here
that
nor
posted
there.
has the
Your testimony's now
timestamp, doesn't
Him
it?
from entering a cycle.
Your testimony is now that Mr. Depp does drugs in front of his children.
Well, first of all, I
Johnny!
know he does. Second of all, it wouldn't have mattered. It wouldn't have stopped him from using with his friends, which was the problem, not whether or not his daughter was there.
Johnny.
Let's play, please, Defendants 598,
Johnny,
4948
you
through
monster.
5035.
How could you do something like this?
5035.
You villain.
I'm itching. I don't want to be doing this. I want it just to... Why don't you just say, okay, baby, I understand. I'll go home, and you do your thing, hang out with your daughter, and then I'll see you in a couple hours, and we'll talk about it. Is it that difficult to say that? Or you just fucking hate me, and you want to be shitty about it? Please. Just fucking... It's not that difficult. Okay?
There it is.
I don't want to stand here in a driveway and argue with you. Okay, well, I'll see you in a little bit, okay? Please? Please. Just let me know if you're going to go somewhere. Just let me know, please, so I know.
Oh, how about that? Sure seems like he was going to see
And
his
almost
daughter.
an hour later, you're still arguing with Mr. Depp outside, right?
I don't know how long that argument lasted, no.
An hour?
Sir, you testified about seeking a domestic violence restraining order
had to
against
spend on
Mr.
her?
Depp, correct?
Yes, I have.
And how you wanted to do it discreetly?
That's correct.
That you wanted as much privacy as you could have?
Oh,
Yes,
no.
that's correct.
This is the TMZ.
And how you walked out to a sea of paparazzi and cameras and
This is the
photographers,
TMZ.
right?
That is correct.
And how this overwhelmed you?
It was overwhelming, yes.
Because you didn't want this attention on you?
That is correct.
Oh, my God.
If we could please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 800, which has already been admitted into evidence.
Oh, God. Oh, what is it? What is it? Oh, I'm so nervous to see this. I'm so nervous to see this one. This is not
This is
going
a photograph of you taken inside the courthouse when you obtained the DVRO, correct?
That's correct.
And your friend Raquel Pennington took this photograph?
That's probably the one
correct.
sitting there.
You needed to document your time at the courthouse getting a DVRO.
Great photo, by the
She
way.
just took a picture of me. I'm assuming it was in relation to my divorce, yeah.
If we could please pull up Defendant's Exhibit 801, which has already been admitted into evidence.
Okay, let's see it. Ah, yeah, that's the one I thought of. Yes. There it is.
Ms. Heard, this is another photograph of you taken inside the courthouse, isn't that right?
Destroyed.
That is correct.
Were you having a photo shoot inside the courthouse while you were getting a DVRO?
I would not characterize it that way, Ms. Vasquez.
You have a mark on your face,
That's
right,
one
Ms.
way
Heard?
to characterize
Yes.
it, though.
You didn't use your bruise kit this time to cover it up?
No, it was the only day I actually walked out of my house without makeup on. I had to be stopped. My best friend saw me in the bathroom starting to put makeup on and told me not to.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Can we please pull up Exhibit 1?
That's plaintiffs at 1.
Yes, thank you, Your Honor. Apologies.
That's fine.
It's already been admitted into
Yes, ma'am.
evidence.
Oh, boy. Best friend gonna testify? Yeah.
You wrote this op-ed, right, Ms. Heard?
With the help of the ACLU, yes.
And that's what you testified to in this courtroom, right?
That is correct.
Here we go.
This is published on December 18th, 2018, correct?
That is correct.
Here we go.
Aquaman was released on December 21st, 2018, right?
Yes, that sounds correct.
Oh.
And that was your first big blockbuster, big budget role, right?
I disagree, but it was the first time I had
I don't.
like a leading
I
role
don't.
in a movie of that size. Yes. Well, second time, yes.
What was your first time?
But the first one was the film I talked about before. I mean, yesterday, Justice League. It introduced the character. So,
She didn't play
you
a
know,
lead role in Justice
technically,
League.
It was the second one.
But you were the love interest in Aquaman, correct?
That is correct.
That's true.
Now, at least parts of this op-ed are about Mr. Depp, isn't that right?
It's about what happened to me after.
You sat here during opening statements when your attorney argued that the context of your statements in this op-ed matter, correct?
That's correct.
So let's go through some of that context.
Let's go.
Friends and
It's a good
advisors
idea.
told me I would never work again as an actress, that I would be blacklisted. Statement, aren't you?
In general, I'm referring to being associated with domestic violence.
And you're referring to what you claim happened after you got an ex-party.
Oh, my God. What is this? Is this loading for anybody else? Stream froze? Okay. I was worried it was on me, bro. I was so scared. Let me pull up something else, okay?
Sorry. You're referring to your accusations of domestic violence against Mr. Depp in the statement, aren't you?
In general, I'm referring to being associated with domestic violence.
We good.
And you're referring to what you claim happened after you got an ex-party domestic violence restraining order against Mr. Depp in May of 2016.
I'm gonna turn it up.
Right?
Are you asking me if that's what I was writing about?
That's what you're referring to, correct?
Can you just give me the question again? I'm sorry.
You're referring to what you claim happened after you got an ex-party restraining order against Mr. Depp in May of 2016.
That's correct.
So it was
You
about
also
him.
wrote,
The article
quote,
was about
questions
him.
arose as to whether I would be able to keep my role of Mira in the films Justice League and Aquaman.
Uh-huh.
This is also referring to your accusations of domestic violence against Mr. Depp, right?
Of course.
This is referring to what happened to me after I got my TRO, my restraining order.
Against Mr. Depp, right?
That is correct.
Of course.
These questions arose only after you accused Mr. Depp of domestic
kinda
violence
loud.
in May of
I'll turn it down a
2016,
little bit.
allegedly, right?
Yeah, from the time I got the TRO, being associated with domestic violence, that's what it's a reference to, yes.
You also wrote, quote, imagine a powerful man as a ship like the Titanic.
Oh
that
my
ship is
God.
a huge enterprise. When it strikes an iceberg, there are a lot of people on board desperate to patch up holes, not because they believe in or care about the ship, but because their own fates depend on the enterprise.
Oh, they're saying that people that defend Johnny are only doing it for their own
In this op-ed,
personal
you're
gain.
saying Mr. Depp is a ship, right?
I'm making
Obviously.
an analogy to a powerful man as a ship.
A powerful man.
The powerful man you're referring to in this analogy is Mr. Depp, right?
Obviously.
I was talking about a bigger issue, actually, than just
What
Johnny. I was talking about what we as a country were talking about at the time of writing this, which is when powerful men in general do something horrible or something they shouldn't, how there is a system in place to protect them, clean up after them, maintain them afloat. You know, this
Does that
is
mean you're a man?
a reference to not just Johnny. It was about what was happening as a culture when we were addressing
Holy
a lot of Me Too
shit.
issues for the first time.
The iceberg is you in this analogy, right, Ms. Heard?
I would not say that. That was not what I
obviously.
intended to know.
It's obviously.
This is another reference to your accusations against Mr. Depp.
Yes.
No, this is about
Yes.
what happened to me once I left that relationship and got a TRO and became associated with domestic violence.
But it's your testimony that this op-ed isn't about Mr. Depp, right?
It's about what happened to me after. That's
It's
correct.
about your experience after obtaining a temporary restraining order against Mr. Depp, right?
That is correct, among other things.
But it's not about Mr. Depp.
It is not about him,
Of course
Mr.
not.
Depp is making it about Mr. Depp, right?
ironically.
Well, then why did Disney
Kind of
fire
like
him?
that Carly Simon song, right, Miss Heard?
I don't know what you mean.
Let's talk about the defamatory statements in the op-ed that you also claim are not about Mr. Depp. Then 2 years ago, I became a public figure representing domestic abuse, and I felt the full force of our culture's wrath for women who speak out.
2 years ago. What happened
This
2
is
years
about
ago?
Mr. Depp, isn't it?
No.
You wrote this in 2018, right?
Exactly.
And 2 years prior,
Yeah, the
was
divorce.
2016, right?
That's true.
Yeah.
That's correct.
So
It's not about
May of
Johnny. It's about what happened to me
Ms.
after.
Heard, my question was May of 2016
Yeah.
is 2 years prior to December of 2018,
That's
correct?
correct.
All right. May 2016 is when you publicly accused Mr. Depp of domestic violence, right?
I got my restraining order at that time.
And you publicly accused Mr. Depp of domestic violence.
Yes, that was attached to my restraining order, so yes.
May of 2016 is when you sought a restraining order against Mr. Depp.
That's correct, and I had to
May-
provide testimony for that.
Right. And May 2016 is when you walked into court with a mark on your face to obtain that restraining order. Yes or no?
That was the day I walked into court with a bruise on my face, yes.
And you were photographed with that mark on your face, weren't you?
So,
I walked out to a bunch of photographers, yes.
May 2016 is when you told the world that Mr. Depp had physically abused you during your relationship. Isn't that right?
That I had to provide testimony as part of my restraining order application, yes.
And that's how you became a public figure representing domestic abuse. Right, Ms. Heard?
From that point on, yes.
That's when you claimed
Wow.
you faced our culture's wrath.
That's
right?
when it started, yes.
It's
well,
your testimony under oath that this statement is not about Mr. Depp.
It is not. It is about what happened to me afterwards. That's the more interesting thing
afterwards.
for me to
Well,
write about.
why was there an afterwards?
The next statement reads, I had the rare vantage point of seeing in real time how institutions protect men accused of abuse.
Amber Heard is a man.
It's also about Mr. Depp, isn't that right?
Not just about him, but he is included in that, yes.
He's the man you accused of abuse 2 years prior to this op-ed, isn't that right, Ms. Heard?
Yes, but I wrote this op-ed in the context of many men at the time that were public figures or in this public eye being accused as well. So it was a reference in general to a larger phenomenon, not just
Oh
Johnny.
my God.
Not just Johnny.
Not just Johnny.
Not just Johnny, but including him.
And then you write, I spoke up against sexual violence and faced our culture's wrath. This one's also about Mr. Depp.
I did not write that.
Well, you've accused Mr. Depp of sexual violence in this very courtroom, haven't you?
Yes, but I was intending to keep that private when this was published. I had not
Of
publicly
course.
ever accused him of that.
She was
I'm
trying
gonna
to
strike
protect
everything
him.
after the word yes.
She was trying to protect
Go
him.
ahead.
Of course.
You may not have written this title, but you published it, didn't you?
I did not publish a title. I retweeted the article that included the title.
You
in
did not
this
retweet it.
article.
Let's pull up, please, Plaintiff's Exhibit 3, which is already in evidence.
You did not. You lying. Why are you always lying?
This is a tweet from your Twitter account on December 19th, 2018, correct?
That is correct.
It's not a retweet. That's not a retweet.
Your Honor, oh, it's already in evidence?
It is in evidence.
Thank you.
Yes.
So
Yep.
on December 19th, 2018, you tweeted, quote, today I published this op-ed in the Washington Post. Did I read that right?
That is correct.
And the tweet includes a link to the op-ed we were just looking at, correct?
That's correct.
And you can see that the title of the op-ed in your tweet is, quote, opinion, Amber Heard. I spoke up against sexual violence, right?
Yes, you don't get to change the title of an article you're retweeting.
You didn't retweet it.
And that's the title that you put on your Twitter, correct?
I did not put it on my Twitter, no.
You linked it to your tweet.
I retweeted the article.
You didn't retweet it.
You published it.
I retweeted a link to an article that I wrote.
And you published it on your Twitter account. All right.
I retweeted it.
No, you
You
didn't.
testified yesterday that you didn't have any control over the title, and just now,
She literally
of
didn't.
the op-ed when you retweeted it. Is that correct?
That is correct.
This wasn't a retweet, though, right?
A tweet? Perhaps not retweet. I'm not quite sure.
It was
I guess
a tweet.
Tweet. I misspoke. Excuse me. Tweet.
You
not
misspoke so many
You
times.
included a link to the electronic copy of the op-ed in your tweet, right?
retweet. That's what I was trying to say earlier, and I might have misspoke. It's like I'm trying to attach it.
Right. So you included a link, right?
Yes,
to the
that's
op-ed.
correct. That's correct.
She linked it.
So you must have seen the title of the electronic version of the op-ed before you tweeted it, right?
I may have. I just didn't notice it.
Not very careful about what you publish, are you, Ms. Heard?
I just didn't notice the title.
Of course not.
You didn't need to include the link to the electronic version of the op-ed in your tweet, did you?
How else would I have linked it?
Well, you didn't need to include the link to tell the world that today you had published this op-ed in the Washington Post about women who are channeling their rage and about violence and equality into political strength.
she
despite
linked
the
it on
price of
purpose.
Coming forward. Right?
Yeah, she linked it on purpose.
Didn't attach it with a paper clip.
No, but you didn't need to attach it at all to tell the world
Oh, I
that
see
you
what you're
had
saying.
published an op-ed.
Yeah.
No, the goal was to tweet about it and to provide a link so that people could read it.
The op-ed is in your name, right?
It
That's
is.
correct.
So if you had noticed the title of the electronic version of the op-ed before you included it in your tweet, you could have asked the Washington Post to change it.
That's
Isn't that
true.
right?
No, that's not.
Wha-
But you didn't do that, right? You never asked the Washington Post to change the title.
I didn't notice it, and I didn't ask them, nor do I think I needed to.
Oh, really?
At the bottom, do you see that there's another tweet from December 19th, 2018?
50 million
Yes,
reasons
I do.
why you should have asked them.
And in this one, it reads, I am honored to announce my role as an ACLU ambassador on women's rights. Did I read that right?
That's correct.
So you announced your ACLU ambassadorship the same day you posted the op-ed on your Twitter.
How
I think that was
convenient.
always the plan, is to attach the article with the announcement that I was an ambassador.
Clearly.
Your Honor, if I may, would this be a good time to stop for lunch?
No, it's too
No.
early.
Okay,
Sorry.
that's okay.
We got to keep going at least till 12:30.
Okay, that's fine.
All right, let's go. Let's go. I'm ready.
Ms. Heard, you
She's
testified
hungry.
yesterday about your counterclaim against Mr. Depp in this case. Do you remember that testimony?
Yes, I do.
Your counterclaim is based on 3 statements made by Mr. Depp's attorneys, Adam Waldman. Is
Judge
that right?
wants more? Yeah.
That's correct.
We looked at those 3 statements yesterday, right?
That's correct.
And the first statement was from an April 8th, 2020 article, right?
That's correct.
And that's Defendant's Exhibit 1245 that's been previously admitted. Would you please pull that up? Thank you. If we could please publish that. Thank you.
Okay, let's see it.
We can scroll down to the 8th page. Mr. Waldman's statement is buried on the 8th page of a 12-page article. Is that right, Ms. Heard?
I don't know how many pages are here.
Well, this is the 8th page.
So that
Let's
means
go to
there's
the
8.
12th.
At least. Man, it's just like, it's literally just right there, man. It's just right fucking there. Like, I mean, she's just getting wrecked. I mean, it's like, I feel
Let's pull up,
bad.
please, Defendant's Exhibit 1246,
But I don't.
which has already been admitted.
But I don't. Oh.
And if we could please go to Mr. Waldman's statement on page 10.
Okay, here we go.
And go on to page 11 of a...
They set him up. They did. They called 3 times. It's disgusting.
That's Mr. Waldman's statement, right?
That is correct. I think it's Mr. Waldman speaking on behalf of Johnny, yes.
You don't have any evidence of that, do you, Ms. Heard? This is Mr. Waldman's statement, right?
I think it's included in the article as well.
Uh-huh.
That this is Mr. Waldman's statement, correct?
That a representative or an attorney, I don't know which word it says in the article, that it says very clearly that they're speaking on behalf of Johnny or representing Johnny.
And go on to page 11 of a...
They set him up. They did. They called 3 times. It's disgusting.
That's Mr. Waldman's statement, right?
That is correct. I think it's Mr. Waldman speaking on behalf of Johnny, yes.
You don't have any evidence of that, do you, Ms. Heard? This is Mr. Waldman's statement, right?
I think it's included in the article as well.
Uh-huh.
That this is Mr. Waldman's statement, correct?
That a representative or an attorney, I don't know which word it says in the article, that it says very clearly that they're speaking on behalf of Johnny or representing Johnny.
Can we please pull up Plaintiff's Exhibit 8818?
More evidence.
8818.
Oh my God. Go back to first channel. Let me see if it works now. Yeah, it is. Okay, we'll watch the other one. Here we go. Because this one shows the side by side. It's a better video. It's got 1 million views. Yeah, 1 million people are watching it on YouTube right now. Yeah. People are ready to see this shit happen. Remember I told you guys?
Sorry, Your Honor. May I just approach?
People would turn... People love the... Whenever they burn witches back in the day. They love it. And we never get the opportunity to do this anymore. So, like, this is like a rare occasion we get to pop off, right? Because, like, it never happens anymore. We don't get to do that. So we have a few times every few years someone gets put up on the stake. And you know what? Oh, man. This one's gonna be well done. Oh, my God. I love it. This shit is fucking funny, man. Salem trials? Yeah, that's right.
We'll come back to this. Sorry, Ms. Heard. Sorry, Your Honor.
Oh, boy.
Let's go ahead and take
This is
this
great.
down, please. Thanks. You testified yesterday about how your reputation was before these 3 statements were made, correct?
Yes, I did.
Stake
Testified that your career was going very well before.
I think I said the trajectory is positive, yes.
You testified you had a global campaign for L'Oreal, right?
That is correct.
You testified you were waiting on a schedule for Aquaman 2.
That is correct.
Of course.
You testified you were scheduled to do a press tour for the TV show The Stand.
Press obligations, yes.
And then you testified that after the articles, you were no longer actively involved in the L'Oreal campaign. Isn't that right?
They suspended using my material.
And that you were no longer involved in the publicity surrounding The Stand after the articles, right?
That's correct.
Smart.
And you didn't hear anything about the schedule for Aquaman 2.
Correct.
I love L'Oreal.
Ms. Heard, you have no evidence that Mr. Waldman's 3 statements are the reason you are allegedly no longer active in the L'Oreal campaign, do you?
Well, I mean, other than my awareness that they can't use me because of all of the
Situation?
online attention that generated.
It sure
And
did.
you have no evidence that Mr. Waldman's 3 statements are the reason that the Stand media opportunities allegedly stopped, do you?
Yeah, I know they couldn't attach my name to their promotional materials because of the online stuff.
The people didn't
In
believe
fact,
you.
there was a lot of reasons why you were no longer active in these endeavors. Isn't that right?
There sure were.
I disagree with that.
Reasons that had absolutely nothing to do with Mr. Waldman's statements.
Uh-oh.
Isn't that right?
I disagree
I didn't
with
know
that.
about this.
There was a lot of publicity about your relationship with Mr. Depp around the time Mr. Waldman made the 3 statements at issue, right?
I do not recall.
A lot of really negative publicity for you, Ms. Heard. Isn't that right?
There's been an ongoing smear campaign, yes.
An ongoing negative publicity campaign.
It's an orchestrated smear campaign.
You have no evidence of that, do you, Ms. Heard?
Just look me up, you'll see.
People
take a look at
disagreeing
some
with
of
her
that.
is a smear campaign. I think she got that from DSP.
All right.
Yeah, I've heard the same thing. Yeah, disagreement is harassment. That's the way it goes. Look me up. Yeah, exactly. She's starting to crack. She's not gonna crack. Is she gonna be able to? She be able to do this all day, because the level in which she's not a liar, she's delusional. So it's like it meets right there in the middle. So there's never a point where they're gonna get her to just pop off or go crazy or whatever. She's just gonna keep doing that. She's lying at everything. What do we expect? And we haven't even got to the poop. Think about that. Of all these things, we are not even at the poop situation. You got to keep that in mind. Oh my God. She never breaks character? Yeah, she's not going to break character, man. It's not going to happen. Where did they skip the poop? If you actually think that they're going to skip the poop, you are fucking crazy. That is the biggest one. As I said, it's like Johnny put up with sitting with her crying in the car because he wanted to see his daughter for an hour in the driveway, and he came back to her. But the moment that she shit in his bed, he said, you know what? I'm going to see what my friends are doing, and I'm going to hang out with them today. And as I said, I feel like that was she let him loose. She was like, finally, I'm going to show, like, what's his Miss Tail? Thank you very much to the 5, get the subs. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm gonna let it happen, and I'm just gonna completely go fucking hog wild. And she did. And he finally realized it. That's what it was. Yeah, it was a mega pint of poop. There you go. Exactly. I don't think so much she won't, but she can't. She's completely disassociated at this point. Well, that's smart. I think that's what she should do. Because if she gets emotionally involved, she'll just make herself look worse. I mean, I don't know how anybody could possibly look worse than this at this point. Leaky Onion, thanks for the 5 subs too. I appreciate it. Yeah, it's just that there's nothing that she can do. It's just fucking over, I think. I think it's over. Like, there's no, like, she's almost used up all of her time defending herself. Like, it's just so obvious. Hamot FBS with 5 good subs. And like, what I love is like how the disagreement, like people not believing her online, is like a coordinated smear campaign. As if we're supposed to just take her at her word that all of these things happened. Like, we're supposed to just assume that that it's all true. You know what I mean? Like, she knows who doesn't. What, the people don't believe it because it's bullshit. That's why they don't believe it. It's literally that fucking simple. So obviously people posted a picture. Let me see if I can find it while they're stopped. Oh, here we go. So yeah, here's the overlay here. So as you can see here, this is right after Johnny just completely beat the fucking shit out of her. And if you look closer with this picture here, you can see in both of these pictures, this is what Johnny did to her. And so she had to take 2 different pictures in different lighting. Now, these pictures were taken completely separately from each other. It's not like one of them was, you know, just like kind of the contrast was turned up or something like that. No. These pictures were taken completely like maybe a couple of days apart, just to show how much residual damage the Elden Lord down there was able to do in just a few swings. Well, it actually wasn't a few, because he, you know, was pummeling her for hours, right? And with glass, and, you know, he cut off his own finger, drew a dick on the wall with his own blood. I mean, you've got to understand, like, as I said, every single story that she tells about Johnny Depp is just like a transition phase for a boss in Dark Souls. It's like the boss breaks off his own arm. He pulls off his own foot. He fucking kills the fucking monster, right? He does something like that. Yeah, he doesn't care. He just, yeah, he's going into a new phase. Yeah, the fire giant, exactly. That's what it's going to be. Godric, yep, there you go. And it's just, holy fucking shit. I'm just, he's so strong, he beats himself. Yeah, exactly. He got so tired of beating Amber Heard, he had to beat himself, because he was just such a wild fucking animal, man. He threw her across the room. Yeah, so that's right. As a 50-something-year-old man, he literally threw somebody across the room. Yeah, fucking right. Like, yeah, fucking right. There's no shot that happened. Like, I am not going to believe that even for a second. That is crazy. He had the blood talisman. He is the blood talisman. Couldn't even break the glass. Yeah, I know. Old man strength OP. I mean, he's not getting older. He's just leveling up, man. That's clearly what's happening. Neon Booty, thanks for the 50 subs. I appreciate it. Thank you very much. So yeah, I mean, it's so obvious that these photos are the exact same. Like, it's literally the exact same photo. Like, only a fool would think otherwise. And I think if you had the metadata for the photos, you could probably figure this out, because they would have a modified date. And then the modified date would be after the date of the creation of the photo that would have been time-stamped inside of the metadata of the original photo, which is the one on the outsides. So it would actually be very easy to find this. And I'm surprised that she's not even talking about that, right? Will Pog with the 10 gifted community subs. I appreciate that. And here's the thing, is like, they could drill down on that, But the truth is that there's so many other things that are going on that it's not even relevant. It's like, oh, wow, she's lying about the Photoshop. It's like, that's a footnote. That's just like a little footnote. It's like, oh, yeah, by the way, she lied about this too. There's too much. You can change metadata? Well, of course, right? And of course you can change and manipulate things. Yeah, of course that can happen. But I think if you actually had the data, and you could also, it depends, right? So sometimes people have their phone. We can talk about this a bit since it's still muted. Sometimes people have things automatically uploaded to a PC, right? They're automatically uploaded. And I can probably bet, here's the truth, Amber Heard's probably too stupid to do that. She's probably too stupid to remove it. Or especially to change it. Yeah, she's too stupid to do it. And so, yeah, big fucking surprise, it's not going to happen. Like, the thing is that someone did it. Maybe somebody did it. But I think if you take a picture on the phone, it depends on what it is. But some people have it on their phone. And this is, I think she said she had an iPhone where it is automatically sent to your iCloud or whatever, right? This is very common that people have this for backup. So, yeah, it's just her lawyers might. Rocket Man might have done it. Bro, I guarantee you, like, as I said, it would be so fucking funny if they got Elon Musk on the stand, man. It would be great. She could plausibly say that she used auto enhancement. Well, yeah, but it doesn't really matter if you use auto enhancement or not. If you were changing, like, whenever you take a photo to show something, and then you take two photos as to kind of give, I don't know, like brevity or to give authenticity to saying it. Like, oh, I took it multiple times throughout the day, and it turns out that it's not. It doesn't really matter, like, what she did. You see what I'm saying? It doesn't make a difference. Zach, thank you guys. Thank you guys. A lot of people have gifted subs today. Thank you guys so much. I really, really do appreciate it. Thank you guys. Thank you. Did they discuss the shitting already? Yes, they did. No one can claim auto enhance whenever you have an unenhanced photo too. Exactly. Yeah, it did not auto enhance. That's a very good point too. Yeah, holy shit. Isn't it illegal to produce fake proof? Yeah, I think obviously it is. Sure. And don't Rocket Man would waste his time on this shit, to be honest? Well, I think, again, like, any proof that Elon Musk is stupid is automatically out the window because at least he didn't stick with her. You know? I mean, that's pretty fucking smart right there in itself. That guy said, you know what? She's fucking nuts. I'm out. Like, that's smart. Like, James Franco didn't fucking do that. Johnny Depp didn't fucking do that. The other people around her didn't fucking do that. But Elon saw that, and he noped the fuck out of there. And it's like, yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, he blasted off. He said, fuck that shit. Yeah, oh my God. And they won't let Elon into the room because of his... Okay. Do Elon start flying to Mars to... Elon started trying to figure out how to go to Mars after he was with Amber. Oh, ain't that something? Radigat, thank you very much for the 5. Get the community subs. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Elon's in the final season. Just wait. Bro, if they get him on here, I swear to God, like, that's going to be a 2 million show. Like, everybody is going to want to see that shit. Yeah, exactly. I don't want to live on this planet anymore. Yeah, she conned him into freezing embryos, which she may have had a kid from, though. Well, I have no fucking idea about that kind of stuff, right? I have no idea. But man, it's like, what's so nuts about it is whenever she actually is, whenever she's talking, right? Whenever she's talking and she doesn't think she's being recorded, and like the way, like the voices that she'll make, like the tone of her voice, like, this is like, bro, like, I don't think that we need to get a restraining order. We need to get a fucking exorcism. Like, somebody needs to call a priest. There's a demon in here. This is a wild animal. Zach, thanks for 5 subs again. Thank you so much. Yeah, it's nuts, man. And it's like, yeah. And the odds are, as I said, people put up with this bullshit because, number one, she's talented to a certain degree, I'm sure. Number two, she's hot. And so there's a lot of guys that are just like, you know, they're just going to sit there and basically, like, if you ever had, like, a crazy girlfriend, you know, you basically sit there, wait for her to pop off. She'll get tired. And then you just move on with your life. You know, it's like basically, you know, it's just like a time sink. It's like having to do a couple of extra dailies every single day, right? That's about it. And so I can fix her. Well, it's not even like some guys deal with crazy girlfriends in a good way, where they just simply don't give a fuck about them, and so it never affects them personally.
Thank you, everyone, for your patience.
Yeah. But if you get invested in this shit, you're in for a world of hurt.
So, Ms. Heard, my last question
lose
to
your
you
finger.
was that there was a lot of negative publicity for you around the time that Mr. Waldman made these statements. Isn't that correct?
That is true.
I believe that they were made, I believe that the statements kind of kept being attached to new defamatory, or, articles that were like smear campaign sort of attack articles is what
It's a campaign.
Let's go through some of the articles
Okay, let's
that
look
were
at
out
them.
in the press.
Here we go.
So, Plaintiff's Exhibit 1267. Could just
Yeah.
publish that just for the witness. That would be great. Thank you.
Here we go.
This is an article published on February 2nd, 2020, and the title is hashtag Justice for Johnny Depp trends after Amber Heard admits to hitting actor in audio clip. Do you see that?
That's a
see
smear
that.
campaign.
And if we can go to
Wow.
Plaintiff's Exhibit 1268.
After she admitted it?
This one was published on February 3rd,
Oh,
2020.
boy. Oh, boy.
It reads the title, Amber Heard admits to hitting Johnny Depp in recording.
Yeah,
you see
that's
that?
when his lawyer leaked an edited tape.
Oh, it's edited. Of course it
It's
is.
Heard.
Yeah, everybody knows that.
Do you see the title? Amber Heard admits to hitting Johnny Depp in recording. Do you see that?
I see the title.
Okay.
Yeah. She admits to hitting him. Wow, what a surprise.
If we could please go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 1269.
It's edited. Oh, yeah. All the photos that make her look bad, you guys don't understand this. They're photoshopped. Why does she think that?
This one was
Because of-
published on March 17th, 2020. Amber Heard slammed door into Johnny Depp's head, reveals new audio. Do you see that?
Yeah, these are more of the PR plants.
It's a PR plant.
Let's go to 1270.
Everybody's against her. Everybody.
This one was published on March 31st, 2020. Amber Heard to be sacked from Jason Momoa's Aquaman after Johnny Depp's controversy, reports. Do you see that?
I do.
We can go to Plaintiff's Exhibit
Here
1271.
we go. Here we go. New York Post says Amber don't have the power to abuse clickbait? Apparently not. Yeah, clearly not. I guess all this...
See the title that says, Johnny Depp says ex-wife Amber Heard sliced his finger off, and it, quote, erupted like Vesuvius?
Vesuvius. That's a
I just don't know
volcano,
when that
by
was.
the way.
I've never seen that article.
Oh.
We can go to 1272.
That's brutal,
This one was
man.
published on May 29th, 2020, and it says, when Amber Heard confessed to smashing a door into Johnny Depp's head, clocking him in the jaw. Do you see that?
I see that.
I wasn't hitting you. I was clocking
to
you.
1275.
No, thanks for 5 cents. Thank you.
This one was published on July 15th,
I wasn't
2020.
hitting you.
Amber Heard stole my sexual assault story. Ex-aide tells libel trial. Do you see that?
What?
This was Adam Waldman as well.
It doesn't say Mr. Waldman. It actually says Kate James also says she often received abusive text messages from Johnny Depp's ex-wife, doesn't it?
I just know because he threw down the article.
Ms. Heard, isn't that what that says?
Mr. Waldman threw the
Ms.
newspaper at
Heard,
me afterwards.
Ms. Heard, that's not my question.
What
my
was your
question
I'm
is-
sorry.
The title of the article says, Amber Heard stole my sexual assault story, ex-aide tells libel trial. Kate James also says, Your Honor, she opened the door by saying it was Adam Waldman.
I'll sustain the objection. Next question.
Okay. Let's go to Plaintiff's Exhibit 1276.
It literally doesn't matter because there's so much more evidence.
Amber Heard admits to hitting fucking baby Johnny Depp in court audio. Do you see that, Ms.
Oh,
Heard?
wow.
That's correct.
Okay. Let's go to 1277.
Yep, there we go.
Published July 28th, 2020. Amber Heard's sister thought she was going to kill Johnny Depp, claims witness. Do Do you see that, Ms. Heard?
I see that.
Her own sister?
1278. Published on July 28th, 2020. Johnny Depp was the victim of abuser Amber Heard, London's High Court told. Do you see that?
I do see that.
Uh-huh. Okay, here we go. Let's see it.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. Go ahead and take our lunch recess then. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll go ahead and take our hour lunch recess at this point. Do not discuss the case with anybody and don't do any outside research. And
Oh
we'll see you now.
my God, I have so much to say. Here we go. Here we fucking go, boys. All right, Saved by the Bell. The thing is that like it won't matter because it's just gonna be more and more and more. Like she's just, you have to remember, they are not even
Come
at
back
the
at
poop yet.
1:35 then? Is that fine? All right, thank you.
They're not even at the poop. Holy shit. She's getting demolished. It's a mega lunch? Yeah, I can see that. Yeah, she's got hours more of this. Like, she's getting destroyed. She's done. Yeah, I think it's fucking funny. Because it's just like, not only is she, not only is this happening, right? But she's also losing so much fucking credibility. Like, she's losing a massive fucking amount of credibility about this in literally every regard. It's like everybody is like, it's all a fucking a hoax. It's all a coordinated smear campaign. Like, and this is what I think is so fucking funny. As if you matter enough for that to even be the case. You know what I mean? Like, the delusions of grandeur here. He just wanted to fucking get away from you and not deal with this shit. And then she goes, and this is the thing, right? So she uses this false allegation to fucking announce a partnership with the ACLU. And then on top of that, her movie comes out in less than a week afterwards. How the fuck is anybody not seeing exactly what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just so obvious to me.